So I'm trying to give you a visual representation of the fascia trains that run from the top of the body all the way down to the toes. So fascia tissue is the connective tissue that holds the muscles in place and also might be known to transmit the energy, the chi, throughout the body. So it's a little bit cumbersome to hold it in this position, but I think you get the idea. It's an elastic band, just like the fascia tissue would be, as elastic bands that run throughout the body. So when we start to do some of these exercises, the goal isn't just to have one part of the body engaged, but to have all of the body engaged. So even though the arms are what's being represented here, the arms, the chest, the shoulders, I can also engage the lower body. As we do these exercises, we'll do it on one side, and then we'll practice the same exercise on the opposite side. So that's just to give you a visual representation of the fascia trains that run throughout the body. So what we'll do to get started is we'll position the feet, and then the waist, and then the arms. And that's a very typical practice method when practicing martial arts or a lot of the Dao Yin movements in order to get energy to move from one part of the body to the next. So we push with the feet, move with the waist, and express with the arms. So if we're going to do this first position, let me explain it in a bit more detail. We start with our feet together. It's a 0 position. Take a deep breath. Feel the wave of calm come over your body. And we try to clear our thoughts on that first breath so as to make a spot for the next movement. We're trying to think a step ahead in our mind before we actually do the movement. So from the feet together position, I move to feet shoulder width apart. From here, I make a post on the right side of my body with my hip bending and sinking, my knee slightly bent, my foot stays forward. My left foot turns in so as to make a number 7. It's a backwards number 7 on this side. So my right knee is bent, my foot, my knee, my hip are all in the same plane. My left leg is also locked straight. From here, it's as if I'm picking up a ball and turning my waist, my torso, and then finishing with the arms, slightly extended away from my body, as if I'm holding onto a big beach ball. To get to the other side, again, I start with the feet, get that post with my left side, my left shoulder, hip, knee, and foot line up. My right leg pivots in from the hip joint. I make, again, a number 7 if I look down towards my feet on the ground. So my feet are in the right position, my hips are in the right position, I turn my torso, I pick up that big beach ball, and I bring it away from my body. Try to relax your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Try to sink your hips, your knees, your ankles into the ground. My spine is relatively straight with my skull, top of my head lining up over my tailbone. So go to the next set. We come back to the front. Again, I put the focus on the feet, making the right post. This time I pivot my leg in, so I'm making my knee come in towards my other leg. Hold on to the ball at this point. Turn the waist. So now my shoulders are square with the right side of the room. Spin the big beach ball. Right hand on top, left on the bottom, and then they switch. Left hand covers by my temple. My other hand covers by my right hip. So what I'm trying to do is sink my body into the position with the body in these joint alignments so as to make my body in the most accurate posture without injuring my body to get the energy to flow. So that would be the right side. To get to the left side, I square back up again. Start with the feet. Let the hip and the knee turn in. So if I look down at the ground, now my feet should be making a capital T. From this position, I have the ball, I'm holding onto the big beach ball, I turn my torso. So now my shoulders are again square with the left side of the room. Spin the ball to the right where my left hand is on top. And then they switch, I cover my temple. Bring the left hand by my left hip. So both hands are pulled back at the wrist joint. One hand high, the other hand low. Finish it up. Deep breath, look up, to the left, down and out. Look up, and to the right, down and out. Look up, breathe in. Squeeze your diaphragm by pulling the stomach muscles back. Push the breath out through your nose, and let the whole body relax. So the idea with that last set, aside from stretching the sternocleidomastoid muscle that connects the base of the skull to your collarbone, keep that part of the body loose. We're trying to store the energy or the breath back in the lower energy center. So by bringing the arms up and doing that motion, you're bringing the blood, the oxygen back up to the top part of the body. But then we're trying to sync our energy, sync our breath back to about where the navel is, about 3 of your fingers below the navel, and about center from the navel to the back. That's where your natural center of gravity is at. It's also where the lower dantian, or lower energy center, is located. That's it for today. Take care, be well.